Welcome back to Broadway Grosses. Today we have some interesting grosses to cover. Let's get into it. Up first, and Juliet, and that's doing amazing as always, going from 98% to 96%, and 1,192,913 to 1,144,208. A Beautiful Noise, which I think will close in January, went from 701,652 to 655,928, going from 61% to 52%, so pretty bad. Back to the Future went from 98% to 97%. And despite a pretty significant drop, it still did exceptional numbers, going from 1,470,612 to 1,322,000 this week, which is again incredible numbers for a musical that got terrible reviews from the New York Times. Funny Girl went from 95% to 94%, and 1,828,701 to 1,884,645. Hadestown went from 100% to 101.16%, and 772,904 to 900,678, which is a huge improvement. I don't know if this is because Eva Noblezado was leaving this past week, but I am so happy that Hadestown is in the 900 range. If it can stay there, I don't think it will close in 2024. It might not, but personally, based off of the numbers I've seen, a lot of 6s and 7s, it's not been looking so great for Hadestown, so let's hope that this can be a turning point. Hamilton went from 1,922,324 to 1,909,792, and 101.16 to 101.25. Here Lies Love went from 98.47 to 99.6, and 914,855 to 950,834. And this is exactly the type of direction that you want Here Lies Love to go in. It is halfway to $1 million. Hopefully it can surpass $1 million before Lea Salong leaves. But this is definitely tracking in the right direction. But once she leaves, that's when I think the real test will begin, and I'm hoping that it can pass it. But I'm not super confident. Kimberly Akimbo went from 91.24 to 81.45, and 656,835 to 566,285, which is not good at all. Again, I think this will close in January like A Strange Loop did. I hate it, but pretty much since July, I've pretty much had this feeling that it's gonna close, and based off of these numbers, it's doing worse than A Strange Loop did, so there's no way it will stay open past January. Moulin Rouge made $1 million compared to last week's 1,158,210, and 98% to 97%, so a bit softer, and on the verge of, you know, almost 900K, which isn't great. Once Upon a One More Time is flopping. Seriously, when is this gonna close? Going from 514K to 512K, and 52% to 47%. Please put this out of its misery. Good Old Shucked went from 89.6 to 87.98, and 748,393 to 717,899. Again, it is tracking on a downwards trajectory, which is not what you want to see. Obviously, it's doing fine, but again, I predict a January closing. 6 went from 944K to 861K, and 95% to 91%, so again, doing totally fine. And you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, 6 isn't doing as good as it used to, and that is true, but it's a very inexpensive production to run, and like Kimberly Akimbo, for example, would kill for 861K, let alone 944K. Some Like It Hot went from 76.68 to 74.5, and 889,426 to 812,384, which was a significant drop. But nonetheless, I think it's doing fine. Better to do 8s and 9s than 7s and 6s, or 7s and 8s. Still think it will close in January. Sweeney went from 1,765,436 to 1,699,468, and 97% this week, or last week, compared to this week's 98.53. And those are the grosses for this week. Overall, pretty solid week, but I think I now have a good sense of what's going to close soon, or what's going to close soonish, like in January, and what's going to survive, and it's pretty much lined up with what I said a month ago. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, sub, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.